if you take care of the work
is going to take care of you. Like, I really like the work, like the day in, the day out, the work, which most people don't like. Most people like to do the deals and the people. Like, for me, the deals and the people are almost ancillary. Like, I really like working and doing the work. And that's what the book is all about, right? Like, how do you control an uncontrollable business?
Now think about the next 10 years. And this is who I want you to work for, okay? I want you to follow up with everybody. I want you to work your ass off every single day. And I want you to just know that you control the work. You don't control the job. You don't control the market. You don't control your clients. You control the work that you put in every single day. And you're going to take care of the next 10 years because you're going to plan for this decade. Because in 2009, everybody in here didn't have that opportunity.
Growing up, I had no self-confidence whatsoever. I was actually pretty overweight. I had really, really bad skin. I didn't know how to make friends because I bounced around all the time. I wasn't good at sports. I literally sucked at every sport known to man, and my parents forced me to play every single sport. But I became addicted at pushing myself up against walls that made myself uncomfortable because I saw that that really worked. Summer 2008, go home or die. Let's get into real estate and let's make it work because I have no other option. I literally had no other alternative. And I had no self-confidence, no self-esteem. But guess what? None of these people know me. Every single day I'm going to meet new people. I am now confident. I am now the greatest broker in the history of the world. And that's what I told myself every day. It was not true. I had 24 hours in my day. And I said to myself, if I'm going to make this work, I will outwork every single person. Okay? This was 2008. Right? $1 Million Listing for me didn't start till 2012. So I had 4 years. So I started waking up at 4:30 in the morning. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym at 5. The average person wakes up at, 7 o'clock, right? 7 a.m. Some people say they wake up at 6:30, but then they'll snooze. Most people wake up at 7 a.m. And then when they get home at night, they're like, yeah, but I work later. No, you don't. Right? You get home, you watch Netflix, you're on Instagram, you're not really doing work, maybe you're cleaning email, you just go to bed late because you're lazy. And so I said to myself, okay, so if I put real hours, 5 to 7 a.m. to work every day, the average person wakes up at 7 a.m., that's an extra 2 hours I have every day that my competition isn't going to have. So you multiply 2 hours times 5 days in a work week, right? Times 4 weeks in a month, times 12, you do that math, it comes out to 20 days. That's insane. So by waking up 2 hours earlier, that's all I have to do. I don't have to be smarter. I don't have to be better looking. I don't have to have connections. I don't have to travel. All I have to do is wake up 2 hours earlier than the rest of my competition and get to work. And I have an extra 20 days above my competition every year. Above anything, if you remember anything that I'm saying now, it's that.
My next piece of advice would be to stop focusing on the things that you can't control and start focusing on the things you can control.
I think that's the most important message that I want to live with for the next year. For the next decade, right? People spend too much time at dinner, on conversations, in social media, in the news, talking about things that they can't control, when all that really matters are the things that we can. I started thinking about this even when I was a little kid, even when I was a teenager. I realized, looked in the mirror, I can't control acne. I can't control my face. But what I could control was working out. I could control my body. I can control what I put in my mouth and what I don't put in my mouth. That was like a big wake-up call for me. So instead of spending so much time focused on things I cannot control, like the traffic, like politics, like the market, like the noise, like buyers who pull out of deals, like somebody who wanted to fire me and they won't even tell me why. I can't control that. I want to focus all of my time, all of my energy, every waking breath I have on the things I can control. Like the fact that I can get out of the car and just walk. The fact that I can go after new business every day. Like today, I have 18 appointments in the middle of the day. So when everybody else is freaking out, right? When everyone else is at a complete panic mode and everyone else is slowing down because of all the things out there that are happening that they can't control, the ones who succeed are the ones who speed up, the ones who do more, and the ones who speed into the curve.
And actually, one of the best pieces of advice that I've personally learned in the last year is that if you don't want to get left behind, you have to learn to adapt.
These are the 3 ways you do this. Number one is you rebalance your own expectations. The day you decide that you want to make a change in your life, in your career, going forward, you need to rebalance those expectations for how your life is about to go. Step two is kickstart a healthy lifestyle. It's not enough just to adjust your mindset so that you can adapt to change, so that you don't get left behind. You have to, this vessel, like this is everything that you are, right? Well, this is everything that I am. I'm Ryan. This is me, you or you. You have to kickstart that healthy lifestyle. And if you don't have a healthy lifestyle, you need to kickstart it. Step three is write down a list of all of your personal fears and be very, very, very honest with yourself. And then overcome those fears as best you can. Because personal growth, right? Change, that growth comes from overcoming your individual fears. That growth turns into confidence. And that confidence gives you the power to overcome any obstacles with change.
It's the 2 P's, and I come back to it time and time and time again. It's patience and persistence. That's it. When I really look back at everything that I've done over the last 10 years, right? It's patience and persistence, patience and persistence. It's moving forward, holding, moving forward, holding, moving forward, holding, and just being consistent about everything that I'm doing. Across the board, like patience has been the number one reason I've been able to retain the clients that I've had. And what's so fucked up is I am the most impatient person that I know. I'm a real estate broker. I'm a salesperson. I want things to happen like rapid fire, nonstop, 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 nonstop. I want deals to happen today. I want them to happen tomorrow. I want my goals to be blown out of the water. And I have no patience for any of that. And that's okay because that's what's in my brain. That's what keeps me moving. That's the hamster in the wheel. But then on the outside, I'm patient. I'm patient with everybody. I'm patient with him. I'm patient with her. I let him speak. I let her speak. I let them yell. I let them cry. And I let it all happen. And I soak it all in. And then I respond. And that's what I talk about all the time too, right? The power of responding instead of just replying. So many people listen just to hear themselves talk so that they can reply with what they want to say, with what they think that should be heard. For me, it's about listening.
If there's one thing that I could say as to like where my career has gone and then how I've done it is that I just showed up consistently every single day. Like people ask me all the time, like, was it the TV show? Was it this? Was it that? Was it your parents? It was not my parents, that's for sure. Was it, your boss? Absolutely not my boss. If you've met my boss or know where I work, you'd understand. Was it this? Was it that? And I think that the fact that I had my back up against the wall when I first started, and I just showed up every single day for 3 years.
Listening, being patient with the person in front of you, and then during the process.
What would you say is the best advice you've received?
There's a jazz musician who said it on his deathbed, where he said, if you take care of the music will take care of you. Because the road that we're in, whether you're doing loans or selling real estate or any kind of career, it's always up and it's always down, right? It's a roller coaster. Like you're gonna have good months and you're gonna have bad months. And as long as you show up and as long as you do the work will take care of you, like by default. It's only when you start to feel negative and you don't do the show up. It's only when you start to feel like, oh, this was a bad month, and you start pulling back and not putting the work in, when the work won't take care of you because you're not giving the work what it needs.